Hi, everybody. This is Lorraine Alternative Homesteading. I've got my little entourage following me. I just walked out the house. They seem to know I'm doing a video. So, in typical 2-year-old fashion, they're chatting up a storm here. Let me see if we can quiet them down. Okay, boys and girls. Okay, everybody, I'd like to read something to you. I hope everybody's doing well. I have been contemplating what I am going to discuss today, but I decided to read a post, something that I posted many months ago on Quora, Quora, and somebody just responded to it, so I decided to copy a small portion of it and read it to you. And I'm going to sit down over here and perhaps these birdies will quiet themselves down. Aren't they funny looking? They're a little funny looking, right? Okay, so now these are conclusions from Dr. Eric Karlstrom, Karlstrom. He has quite a website. I'll tell you what the website is in a little bit. He posts a lot of updates, a lot of articles, a lot of research, and a lot of his own information. I highly recommend it, bookmarking it. So now these are some of his conclusions. The U.S. government, military, and intelligence agencies, in partnership with private and civilian sector profiteers, are deploying a radical, authoritarian, covert police state weapon system against innocent Americans and millions of other citizens around the world. Indeed, the myriad technologies and programs the American empire has utilized to subjugate foreign nations and peoples are now being turned against the American people. That's right, folks. Over the past century, the physical and social sciences have been weaponized such that today, even the American people are now weaponized against anyone who stands against corruption and universal tyranny. In effect, this officially denied program is a purge of individuals with the intelligence and integrity to defend our constitutionally guaranteed freedoms and republic. So-called dissidents, which are the truth tellers, are secretly and extrajudicially placed on government, Department of Homeland Security, terrorism watch lists, no-fly lists, main core enemies list, etc. And then they are relentlessly attacked by all elements of society, in which is referred to as hybrid, unconventional, electronic, psychological, cyber, neuro warfare. Meanwhile, millions of other Americans from all walks of life are bribed, coerced, and or duped into participating in the harassment and torture of those who have been secretly watch-listed as, quote-unquote, potential terrorist threats. These are the gang-stalking perpetrators, the gang-bangers, the first responders, the surveillance role players, counterterrorism specialists, trackers, spotters, collaborators, etc. They comprise the mobile death squads coordinated with and supervised by retired ex-military, ex-police, psychological operations groups, and special forces operatives in concert and using modern supercomputer, satellite, and electronic technologies. These groups and individuals are coordinated to execute the innumerable covert psychological and electronic attacks designed to, quote, deny, deceive, disrupt, degrade, and ultimately destroy. the lives of targeted individuals. I'm going to add that Zersetzung, a Stasi technique back in Stasi, Germany. Zersetzung was considered to be decomposition. They wanted to deteriorate the individual, decompose, break down. All the letter D's. Sort of like a demonic, right? D. The 5 Ds above come from Britain's GCHQ, which is their equivalent of our NSA. You can see the 5 Ds, the gang stalking terms and objectives made easy. DIA words and the types of people in the new war, Gestapo 666, in his gang stalking mind control cults website. So that's his website, gang stalking mind control cults, CULTS. And I'm so glad he's using the word cult. I'm not alone in this. There are a lot of people that are saying, oh, no, it's not a cult. No, it is. There are many cults, which we won't go into right now. These soft kill, slow kill, silent kill operations deploy so-called non-lethal weapons, including directed energy weapons and neuroweapons that have been developed since the 1930s. Guys, stop pecking. There's no pecking on these guys. Since the 1930s, folks. The Soviet communist rulers deployed these weapons against American diplomats from the 1950s onward, and also used them to repress millions of their political dissidents as well. The Soviet term for this kind of warfare against civilians is psychotronic warfare. It's a combination of psychological and electronic warfare. R.J. Rummel, R-U-M-M-E-L, professor of political science, estimates that 262 million unarmed civilians were killed by their own governments during the 20th century. This is over 6 times the number of war combatants killed during all wars during the same period. The practice of murder of citizens by government is termed democide. Guys, stop. Democide. The greatest numbers of casualties occurred under communist regimes, with some 66 million Russians and over 100 million Chinese civilians murdered by communist, Soviet, and Chinese regimes. The global gang stalking genocide Gestapo Gulag G6, which is his term, it's a system of civilian torture, repression, and elimination described in this paper is officially denied. But it does persist under conditions of government and media perfidy and military intelligence, corporate and civilian vigilante complicity. Nonetheless, it comprises highest treason, the highest treason against the U.S. Constitution and the American people. In a classic Orwellian inversion of reality, read the book 1984. The true terrorists today are the government agencies and their corporate and civilian collaborators and useful idiots, while the real freedom fighters are the TIs themselves, TI meaning targeted individuals. We fight to defend the national and individual sovereignties and the sovereignty and dignity of our bodies, minds, and spirits, as well as yours. Yes, folks, yours too. Ultimately, this is a spiritual war of good versus evil. Please be aware of the truth and the facts, and choose to be on the right side of history. I choose to be on the right side of history, folks. I will never give in. I will never back down. And they are slow killing me. While I was in my house today, listening to a video, I got targeted on the left side of my skull, on my cheek, and then on the right center of my chest. These were pulsed microwaves. They were pulsed microwaves targeting me in my own house with radio frequencies. Some of these radio frequencies will intentionally put somebody to sleep in a trance, completely knocked out, so you absolutely hear nothing. You have no control over it. During this time, they could covertly enter your house, experiment on you, steal from you. They do a lot of horrific things, these disgusting people. These are the true traitors. These are the traitors of the United States. These retired military, law enforcement, these are the traitorous, treasonous people. And what about the people that are placing you and me in this program? I mean, we know for a fact that the government has been experimenting on people ad infinitum for decades and decades, right? We won't deny things that happened with Agent Orange, the thalidomide babies, orphanages, the German scientists that were then brought here by the CIA. So there's no denying that this is happening and that has happened in the past. It was being done to the prison population, I think I said the orphanages and stuff like that, but now it's being rolled out to regular people across the United States. More than 2 million innocent people are placed on the FBI terrorist watch list. And I've stated before, folks, there is a list wherever you move. Let's say you've got a family and you want to see if there are any pedophiles in the neighborhood, right? So you go onto the Sheriff's Department website and you look up all the sex offenders. And there is a sex offender, a website for anybody to locate in every city, town across the country. But guess what, folks? These domestic terrorists that the FBI has, nobody knows who they are. You can't even get a copy of your own from the FBI because it's in violation of national security. National security, folks. Right. But anyway, I digress. But these are serious issues at stake here. I know that a lot of people are worried about the food supply, the diesel. These are just other tools of control, folks. Before the bye-bye Biden administration came into power, we had plenty of food across the country. Farmers were free to grow food. Suddenly, they're no longer free. Suddenly, there's an assault on chickens, on pigs, on livestock, and they want us to eat bugs. Bill from the gates of hell, this man is he's a sicko. He's depraved. He could not even get rid of a virus. He could not get rid of a virus when he owned Microsoft, right? And now he's in charge of vaccinating the world. There's something terribly wrong with this, folks. But I hope everybody is doing well. That is my little mini rant and reading this for you today. And I will be getting to that lawsuit and reading that lawsuit online. I was going to do it last night, but after I had a consultation with a client that ended at 10 p.m., and after I started catching up, the criminals put me to sleep. And then they put me to sleep until midnight. And then they did it again for an hour and 22 minutes, I counted. So this is how they steal my life, steal my time, steal my energy, because these are not natural sleep patterns, folks. This has to be physically harming my circadian rhythms. Not just me, it's happening to a lot of people. It is a form of hypnosis, but with hypnosis, you voluntarily go for a hypnotic, suggestive session. I do not consent. I will never consent to being covertly experimented on and used as a guinea pig, to use Jeff's expression, human guinea pig. But I'm going to sign off for now, get some things done here, and then I will probably post another video later. Hope everybody's having a good day, and welcome to the newcomers. Please like, comment, share, and make sure that your bell notifications are on. I know that some people are getting shadow banned, so keep trying. And I will talk to you in the next video.